Fueled by Law's surging paper money output, stock prices skyrocketed insanely from 500 livres to 1,000, 5,000 and finally an astronomical 12,000 livres by early 1720. From his lavish mansion stacked with North American land deeds and solid gold artworks, Law stared through towering Gothic windows at compatriots fighting, tearing clothes and descending into mad hysteria over stock gains. Royal printing machines rumbled late into midnight, churning out fresh inked banknotes to satisfy redemption demands from rampant speculators. Inflated paper wealth fueled an unprecedented nationwide consumption spree. Ordinary citizens bought luxury carriages, silk gowns and priceless paintings once beyond their wildest dreams, hailing John Law as France's Apollo and hanging his portrait centrally in drawing rooms as the living god of fortune. Yet after every gala faded into quiet midnight, profound philosophical emptiness and cold dread gnawed relentlessly at Law's soul. Scanning ledgers revealing circulating paper currency hundreds of times larger than France's aggregate tangible assets, he understood he had built a towering skyscraper of lies perched over an endless abyss. One panicked mass withdrawal could collapse the entire air-built illusion, dragging him down into irreversible ruin. 5. Fate struck the financial illusionist far swifter and crueler than anyone anticipated. Early in 1720, shrewd senior nobles including Prince de Conti secretly brought millions of livres worth of Mississippi stock en masse to Banque Royale counters. Refusing newly printed paper money, they tapped marble tabletops demanding full redemption into heavy royal silver and gold per Law's original contractual pledge. As multiple gold-laden wagons rolled out of bank gates toward noble estates beneath panicked Parisian onlookers, the credit spell that had subdued French rationality for an entire year shattered completely. Ancient public distrust toward paper currency and paranoia erupted as a tidal wave sweeping across Paris overnight. Citizens abruptly realized insufficient bullion existed to honor universal redemptions, rendering their banknotes worthless scrap paper once everyone queued to exchange cash. The financial storm spiraled out of control in March. Crowds formerly scrambling to buy stock transformed into furious, near-insane depositors besieging Banque Royale's iron gates. Thousands clutching yellowed banknotes smashed against the gate, triggering deadly stampedes with crushed bodies cleared from the entrance each dawn. Desperate to prop up the crumbling illusion, Law enforced harsh authoritarian decrees. Private citizens were banned from holding over 500 livres in metallic coin. He recruited hundreds of Parisian vagrants armed with shovels to parade as prospective miners bound for American goldfields in a clumsy bid to calm public panic. Truth could not stay hidden long. Locals spotted fake miners sneaking back to slums within days with zero gold shipments arriving from Mississippi, stripping away the final pretense. Mississippi stock crashed catastrophically from 12,000 livres down to mere tens of livres, reduced to useless waste paper, and royal banknotes were officially invalidated. Hereditary earls tumbled into beggary overnight. Laborers and housewives who poured life savings into speculation wandered the streets cursing John Law and wishing him executed. The former god of fortune turned into the hated Scottish bloodsucker. Rioters shattered his mansion's stained glass and erected gallows outside the capital intending to burn him alive. On a frigid winter night in 1720, with tacit regent approval and royal guard escort, Law packed modest luggage, disguised himself as an ordinary coachman and fled France amid public abuse and manhunts. Returning to lifelong exile, he knew all European financial doors were permanently sealed shut against him. 6. After nearly a decade of wandering exile, a broken John Law passed away in Venice during the bitter winter of 1729, abandoned entirely by European finance circles. Nearly 60 years old, decades of constant travel, devastating status reversal and severe depression wrecked his health. His once neat hair turned fully white, his bright Versailles gaze dimmed to confusion and weariness. Prosperous Venetian merchant elites spurned the infamous bubble architect, leaving him unwelcome and overlooked. Unable to afford luxurious Venetian palaces, he squeezed into damp, mildewed low-end downtown in lodgings alongside beggars and petty thieves. In his final weeks, severe pneumonia left his breathing shallow and agonized. Whenever cold hail beat against broken windowpanes after dark, he thrashed in unconscious fever muttering royal bank account numbers, stock indexes, and the Duke of Orleans' name. Having spent his life manipulating European greed with weightless paper bills and inflating wealth illusion to unprecedented heights, he owned nothing to carry beyond death's impartial threshold. On March 21, 1729, the towering credit magnate's heart stopped beating, dying alone without friends or family beside his tattered suitcase and useless calculation slips. Ironically, mainstream newspapers across France and Britain printed mocking celebratory obituaries cheering the Scottish fraud who ruined France, rotting in Venetian squalor. Common folk spoke of his printing money exploits as tales of an evil devil. None pondered the crippling fear, endless loneliness, and desperate longing for stable ordinary security haunting his countless fireless Venetian nights. He completed a grim sacrificial offering to early capitalist credit systems, remembered forever as the hollow, bitter bubble father etched into financial history. 7. Night has fallen deep, outside rain fades away and hearth embers near full extinction. John Law's life unfolds as a cold grand drama woven from paper bills, credit and obsessive delusion, playing the maddest leading role on the glittering Bourbon stage before fading into total nothingness. His legacy includes the prototype of France's central bank and the textbook-cited Mississippi bubble, alongside piercing eternal warnings of capital corrupting human nature and greed destroying rational reality. His turbulent career proves sharp intellect and credit insight can revive a dying kingdom overnight, with empty promises generating fleeting prosperity for ordinary people amid national crisis. Yet treating paper money as sole protection while disregarding real production and human foundational order turns the grandest financial empire into sandcastle ruins washed away effortlessly by fate's tide. Fleeing his London duel and death penalty passed his entire life, chasing perpetual invincibility through centralized royal printing control, he unwittingly became the saddest casualty of the speculative golden age. Today's 1720 speculative craze and Rue de Quincampoix's wealth legends have faded into quiet regretful history buried under centuries of time. Reflecting on John Law's winding life on this warm peaceful night reveals true wealth stems not from hoarding assets via printed paper schemes, but inner integrity, grounded balance and spiritual peace. No illusion lasts forever, solid institutional order and inner tranquility remain our sturdiest comfort through endless dark nights. The story concludes, release all anxieties tied to money, credit and greedy speculation. Let exhaustion and worry drift away alongside dying fireplace embers into peaceful rest. Close your eyes, steady your breath and wrap yourself in tonight's gentle stillness. May you enjoy warm, tranquil dreams free of financial bubbles. Good night.